Good evening and welcome to our Prospective Camper and Parent Info session for Career Camp Atlanta. We are so excited that you're here tonight to learn a little bit more about the incredible opportunity that we offer both families and their students to help navigate this really confusing world of choosing the correct career that's out there that's the best fit for your child. So thank you for your interest in wanting to learn more about what this opportunity looks like. My name is Dr. Brian Kiefer. I am the founder and CEO of Career Camp Atlanta. And the way that our session is going to go tonight is we're going to give you some information about the why this camp matters, why it's so important. And then we're going to tell you exactly what happens at our camp that benefits both you as the parent, helping provide guidance for your child, as well as what your child's experience would be like as a camper with us. And then at the end, we'll open it up for any questions that you still may have to help you make the decision if we are the right fit for you. So, what is Career Camp Atlanta? Career Camp Atlanta is either an immersive overnight or day camp option. We have both camp options available. We'll go into greater detail about what the difference is between those two. It's open for all rising 6th through 12th grade students. So if you currently have a child who is in 5th through 11th grade, this is the camp for them. It takes place here in Atlanta, in Brookhaven, on June 14th through the 17th this summer, 2026. So in addition to what we offer through our workshops, we also will be offering a access to our partners program, which is a career exploration program with career exploration modules that beyond the camp experience, you and your child can navigate and explore more about the different careers that are out there for an entire year. That's included with camp tuition. And the third piece that we offer is really trying to help our parents best navigate this space because even if you've been in college before, if you've had this journey, I can tell you firsthand, it looks very different now than it did when we went through. And if you're first gen, then this is something that we really want to make sure we're supporting our kids. And parents are the most influential factor. So we want to ensure that our parents know all there is to know. So we have a whole evening of parent empowerment workshops and our entire focus of our camp is shifting the conversation because a lot of times the conversation that we have with kids is what do you want to be when you grow up? The focus of our camp is more focused on how do you want to live? And once you make that decision based on who you are and what brings you joy, then let's talk about careers that are a fit for you. So a little bit about me and how this camp came to be. So again, I'm Dr. Brian Kiefer, the Career Camp Atlanta founder and CEO. I am a public educator. I have spent 25 years as a public educator. I currently still work as a public educator. I was the former principal of the year for the state of Georgia. I've won a couple other awards that I'm really proud of, but the thing that I'm most proud of is my role as both a husband and a father and an advocate for kids. And I choose this picture to really represent me because the kids in this picture are the reason why we created this camp. So this idea came around when my kids were this age. And I wondered from a parent perspective, how am I really ensuring that when my kids grow up, that they're going to be happy as an adult? How am I making sure that
Mm.
they
Just all
know the different careers that are out there and available to them? And how, because I only know what I know. So, what if we put together an opportunity where experts in this field can all come together and support our kids and support our parents in this journey? So, the kids that you see in this picture are right now our target audience for this camp. The boy who is the older boy, that's my son Kale, who's holding the chalkboard. He is entering his senior year in high school, and he is the statistic of the kids that just don't have a plan. His idea of what the future looks like is based on what he's learned through YouTube and what he has seen through TikTok, which sensationalizes these careers and makes them look like they're so easy to attain. So this camp has created to show the true path forward and other careers that are out there that he doesn't even know exists. The boy who's in my arms, that's my youngest son, Rowan. He is now a sixth grader going into seventh grade. And we're firm believers in the creation of this camp that conversations are so important to start to have with our middle school age kids because if they start to figure out the path now, we can start to
Is
narrow
this
out
supposed to
what
be
are those things that may not be the
the
best
reality
fit
of this, of how many of
and
everyone's
what might be a better fit for them based on us giving them exposure through this camp. So, how do we do it and why do we do it? We know from research. So, UScience, if you're not familiar with them, UScience is the national organization that truly studies deeply how are kids progressing from their K through 12 experience into either the workforce or into college to then wind up in the workforce. And they conducted a study nationwide last year that asked seniors these questions, and the numbers are alarming. 75% of high school seniors from last year's graduating class, and this study was done with over 50,000 students nationwide. 75% of those high school seniors don't feel prepared to make their college or career decisions when they graduate. So, what are they doing? They're going to the college that their parent went to or that their friends are going to. They're starting in a major that might be easy to get a job in that, but it doesn't necessarily align to who they are. And the other statistic that really jumped out from that study is that 35 or 30% of high school graduates have no plan whatsoever about what career they're going to pursue or what educational path that they could follow to get to that. That's why we've created this camp. Another reason why we've created this camp with some nationwide statistics. The average cost of a 4-year degree in the United States has risen to $153,000. That amount is a huge investment, whether it's on the front end or on the back end in student loans. And when you couple that with the statistic that within 10 years of graduation from high school, or college, only 27 to 40% of folks are still working in the jobs that were connected to the degree that they earned. That means that that's a lot of money spent for a degree that's not actually being used. And the third statistic that we are really basing this camp off of if is that only 61% of the kids that are enrolling in colleges are actually finishing at that same college. So that means they're enrolling and then they're finishing somewhere else because they enrolled not knowing full well that that college was or was not a fit for them. Some other interesting statistics that we need to think about, and I'm sure you're thinking about as a parent, are probably also thinking about the careers that your child may enter into. Is that the career that will still be available to them during the span of life that they'll be working? So, will those careers still be needed when they graduate college? Will that career still be a career 15 years down the road? Well, we partnered with the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, who did a thorough study on the state of Georgia, and this is exciting news. 3.1 million brand new jobs, in addition to the current jobs that are here in the state of Georgia, will become available in the next 25 years. That being the case, we know that there'll be jobs available, but what will those jobs be in? So they've actually made projections about what are those high demand fields. So the high demand fields of now are not necessarily the fields that will be available to them in 2050, which is the down the road, will those fields still be available? So when we're doing our career workshops, which we'll give you some more details about in a moment, we're really pointing kids towards those careers that will still be high demand fields come 2050, because we want them to make decisions that are applicable to their future so that they're not having to switch careers as time goes on. So, why does this camp exist? Because we believe if we can match students with their aptitude, what they're good at, and what brings them joy, if we can provide them with immersive career exploration opportunities through our workshops that we're going to give more details about, and if we can equip our parents to help provide the support that both campers and families are going to feel more confident to navigate that journey of college and career exploration. But here's the key ingredient, that they do so in a way that they find fulfillment, that they're not working in a job that makes them miserable because it doesn't align to who they are. So our goal is to help them figure out who are you, and based on who you are, what is the right career field for you to explore. So, how do we do it? So, the first piece, an immersive college and career exposure with peers. So, our camp is 4 days and 3 nights for those who choose to do the overnight camp. It's held at Oglethorpe University in Brookhaven. So, that serves as our home base for our overnight campers. They stay in the dorms at Oglethorpe University. They eat meals in the dining hall at Oglethorpe University. And after the workshops, they have the ability to spend time on campus, get the real feel of what it's like to be a college student. For our day campers, it's the same experience with the exception of not spending the night overnight, but you do still have the ability to be on the campus and explore what that looks like. The second piece of that is that we are going to bring your children to their choice of universities from our 12 university partnerships. And when they choose the university that they want to go and explore and learn more about, we have career workshops set up for them on campus that are led by current university staff, so those professors teaching the courses, current students from that college that are in those courses. And we also bring in professionals who are doing the work in the field. So, all three levels that they would pass through from now until they get into the workforce, they'll have the opportunity to learn about what that work truly looks like. How much money do they really make? What does their daily life really look like? Because that's what we're trying to unlock. We're trying to give them access and really help them see the truth of what it takes to get to the job that maybe they think might be the right fit. The second piece of how we solve for it is through our parental empowerment workshops. And that is done for you parents. So this specifically is designed to help you navigate several different things. Number one, it's designed to help you navigate what are all the different financial pieces you need to think about. What is out there from the standpoint of grants and scholarships, financial savings programs. So we bring in experts for those fields to help share that information with you so that you're informed. We also bring in admissions representatives from universities to help you guide you through the process of what does it look like to apply for schools. But then most importantly, they're the people that make the decisions about what application gets the answer of yes, come join us at our college, or no, it's not the right fit. So their knowledge being imparted onto you as a parent, you can help guide your child through this process during their middle and high school years so that you are helping them make an amazing college application to get them into the school that they are most passionate about. We also equip you by bringing in that company that does that career platform. They're called Find Your Grind. So they're going to teach you all about the platform and what's on there and what the kids are going to be able to explore for an entire year beyond our camp so that they're not having to navigate it alone. You are supporting them because you are also equipped on how to do it. And the third piece is our personalized interactive career exploration. So before the kids make their selections about what campus they might want to visit and which career workshops they want to engage in and learn more about, we have them complete Find Your Grind's lifestyle assessment. So it's going to ask them questions. It's an AI-driven tool that's going to ask them some basic questions to start off with, like, do you find greater joy in working outside or working inside? Do you find greater joy in creating something new? Or do you find greater joy in executing a project where a lot of those pieces have already been put together for you? So, as they answer the questions, when they get to the end, it's going to give them recommendations about what their strengths really are so that then they can make selections about the careers that best align to that. So, it's getting to know who you are and then finding the career that's the right fit for you. So, before they come to camp, what we'll start doing come May 1st, after registration ends, is you'll get all the information that will help prepare you to make your selections. So before camp starts, we'll send you the lifestyle assessment from Find Your Grind. You'll complete that. And then you'll have another list that'll be sent to you that says, and here are the career workshops on the campuses, and you get to choose which ones you want to explore. So that's what they'll then do during the camp. They'll engage in those career exploration workshops with those in the field folks, those professors, and those current students to learn more about it at their choice of our Metro College campus partnerships that we'll share with you in a moment. And then after the camp is over, the learning does not stop. It continues on for a full year, and they'll engage in that Find Your Grind platform where they can learn more about additional careers that maybe they didn't have a chance to go and explore during our camp. And they'll also, in that platform, there's mentors that actually are doing the work in the field that they can continue to connect with and ask questions of to learn, is this really the right thing for me? So, what does the schedule look like? Our schedule starts with Sunday. That's the day our camp begins. So we have our camper drop off that starts at 3 p.m. right there at Oglethorpe University. That's where we have our arrival and check-in. Families, you're encouraged to head on up to those dorm rooms and get your kids settled in, help them unpack. And since we already have you there on Sunday night, that's when we'll conduct our parent empowerment workshops. We'll also, while you're doing that, our campers will go through their orientation. We'll serve them dinner that night in the dining hall at Oglethorpe University, and then we'll have a whole evening of activities for them to just find the fun in being on a college campus as well. On Monday and Tuesday, the schedule is mirroring each day. Monday and Tuesday looks similar. They'll have breakfast in the dining hall, and then we'll load them into buses that will take them to the campuses that they selected to take them to those college workshops. And then the first one will take place Monday morning. And then, based on their selection for the afternoon, they'll be picked up from the morning location and they'll be brought to their afternoon location for the second campus visit with additional college workshops. We serve them lunch in between. They'll come on back to Oglethorpe at the end of that afternoon session. They'll have dinner in the dining hall, and then we'll have evening activities on campus for them. And we also have additional evening excursions that are available that we'll give you some more information on in a moment. The same thing happens on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we'll put them on buses in the morning again and take them to their third college choice, which campus they want to visit, and the career workshops that they'll explore while they're there. And then, once again, just like Monday, we'll pick them up from where they are and we'll transport them by bus to their second location for Tuesday, which will be in total their fourth college exploration workshop. So they'll get a chance to visit a fourth campus, engage in a fourth set of career workshops to help them really determine what's the right fit for them. And then the same thing happens Tuesday evening. We'll bring them back, dinner in the dining hall, and the option for evening activities as well as evening excursions. And then our last day, on Wednesday, the 17th, we'll serve them breakfast in the dining hall. We bring back the people from Find Your Grind as well as those college admissions representatives, and they'll speak directly to the kids. So not only is the message that you're getting in your parent empowerment workshops happening, but they're also getting those messages directly from the experts. And then our camp ends Wednesday afternoon and pickup is 11 to 12. So the college and career university workshop partnerships. This is the menu of our 12 partners that we have across Metro Atlanta for your child to choose which campuses do they want to visit and to engage in those college career workshops. So we're really proud of the variety that we have to offer. We're proud that we have the probably the most popular Georgia Tech, because that's always a school that has a huge number of enrollment applications every year. But we also have some really cool, unique locations that not everybody knows about. We know about universities with our state system, such as Kennesaw State and Georgia State. We're excited with our partnerships for our HBCUs in Atlanta. We're excited about our partnerships with our technical colleges, with Atlanta Tech and Gwinnett Tech, so kids can learn more about the trades. They have the opportunity to learn more at some of the more boutique colleges, such as Oglethorpe University, Agnes Scott, and Emory, and SCAD's campus in Atlanta. If you're not familiar with Savannah College of Art and Design, their huge main campus is in Savannah, but they also have an outstanding campus in Atlanta that is well worth the visit to explore what that's all about. So from this list of 12 partnerships, they'll choose the 4 that they are most passionate about visiting to engage in those career workshops. And parents, your evening of workshop. These are the folks who we bring to you. You'll have admissions representatives joining us from Georgia Tech, from the University of Georgia, and from Kennesaw State. So those are the folks who will tell you all about what it looks like to apply for their schools and what they're looking for on those applications. Find Your Grind. That's the folks who do the lifestyle assessment as well as the career exploration platform that you have access to for a whole year. Georgia Futures is an entity that's been created at the state level from the Georgia Finance Commission. So these are the experts in navigating all that's available to you and your child when it comes to scholarships, grants, and college savings programs. We bring in On to College. That organization specifically focuses on SAT and ACT prep, and they have an amazing track record of students who engage in their program and the increase in SAT scores and ACT scores that once again the higher those scores are, the more that unlocks from the standpoint of grants for your child. And we also bring in Parent GPS. Parent GPS is an app that is another resource for you parents to help support your child and help you as you're navigating this journey. So we talked a little bit about evening excursions that are available on Monday or Tuesday. These are add-on opportunities where if the students are interested in something that's off campus and doing something fun, we have arrangements already set for either your choice of a private evening tour of the Georgia Aquarium with premier seats for their dolphin show, or a team treasure hunt competition at the College Football Hall of Fame. Those are the options for Monday night. And for Tuesday night, you have the option to add on either an evening of private play at Main Event Entertainment Center, or the schedule worked out beautifully for us this year that the Braves are home and they are in town. So we will be able to take your child to the Braves versus Padres baseball game at Truist Park on Tuesday night. So, some frequently asked questions because we have been conducting conversations with a lot of parents in a lot of different spaces over the last year plus. And so, here are the most common questions, and then we'll open it up to your questions as they may come. So, the first question, when does registration close? So, registration closes April 30th or when we reach capacity, whichever comes first. At this moment, we are at about 65% capacity. And we know a lot of people wait till the last minute to make these registration decisions for their child for summer camp. So those are the dates. We hope that we'll be open all the way till April 30th, but if we do reach capacity, we do have a hard stop. So 65% is about where we're at right now. What are the qualifications of our camp counselors? All of our counselors are currently employed public school staff members. We don't staff our camp with college kids. There's a bit of a risk for that for us with bringing middle and high school kids, and we would rather negate that by actually bringing in professionals that work with kids every day. So we're really intentional about who we brought on board for our counselors that support this work. What safety measures are in place for campers? As a parent, I would want to know that. And so all of our staff, as I said, are professional educators. As professional educators, we have a lot of student safety trainings and precautions, including CPR training that we go through. We also have partnerships and have a very strong partnership and collaboration with the campus security at Oglethorpe University, serving as our home base. So if you are an overnighter and you're like, oh, is my kid going to be safe at night? Spending a night in a college campus on the dorms, in the dorms? The answer to that is yes. We also have strong relationships with all of our 12 campus partnerships, and they will be right alongside our kids and our tour groups as we visit those campuses. What careers will be explored during the career workshops? So I mentioned earlier, we're really trying to point kids in the direction of those careers that will be in demand when they actually matriculate through and finish college and beyond. So the focus is on exactly what the Georgia Chamber of Commerce is projecting as those in-demand careers. So we're really going to be heavily focusing on careers in the fields of AI, healthcare, entrepreneurship, cybersecurity, architecture, law, those skilled trades such as carpentry and plumbing and HVAC and car repair and car design, engineering, software development, design, education, and more. Are scholarships available? You are the first group that's hearing this because this partnership was just established last week. We just finished the documentation on a new partnership with the Georgia Department of Education. And that says a lot that the Georgia Department of Education believes in this camp enough that they're willing to partner with us on it. And that is 6 overnight camp scholarships. So if you are interested in that, the process has been very clearly laid out by the DOE because that's taxpayer money. So their process is the process that we have to follow with that. So their request is that to qualify for scholarships, that interested applicants have to send a copy of either your 24 or your 25 tax return, and that's your Form 1040, because that's what indicates family income and the proof of dependence, the proof of your child. I highly recommend because I don't want your social security numbers, and if I'm you, I wouldn't want to share that either. So I would find a way to cross that out and block that off, whether that's with a Sharpie or if you just have it up online and you put a block over the top of it, because we don't want that. That's not the purpose of this. But if you are interested, send that documentation to info@careercampatl.com by Friday. And we'll make those decisions using their formula to identify families that are demonstrating the greatest need. We'll make those announcements for those who qualify as well as those who did apply but did not qualify by Monday the 20th, so that in the event you did not qualify for a scholarship, you still have the opportunity to go ahead and register your child. Are other scholarship opportunities available? The answer to that is yes. Campers can be sponsored. So if you have any connections in the local business world or in any other organizations, we welcome them and we actually advertise them if they're willing to jump in and help our campers. An example of this that we have, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Atlanta. They had students that were interested in being part of our camp. They went to Big Brothers and Big Sisters and said, "Would you be willing to sponsor it?" And their answer was yes. And they're scholarshiping 4 of their Big Brothers Big Sisters kids. And we're then, in turn, giving all kinds of promotion and all kinds of advertising to Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So if that's something that you're thinking about, you can either email or call us. The email's on the website, as is our phone number, and we can talk more about what that looks like individually. And then the last question we frequently ask, because, camp is fun when you get to go with your friends. Can my child room with their friends who also attend? So if you are in that overnight camper space and you're like, I know that my child would want to go, and I think they would have a lot of fun if they went with their best friend or whoever. We make every effort to accommodate that. And an example of that, we actually have 2 best friends who are flying in from Austin, Texas for this experience. So they are going to room together. I've got a group of 8 Girl Scouts who are all coming together, and they're going to room together in 2 of the quads, 2 of the rooms that accommodate 4 kids at a time. So, what a fun experience this can be, if this is right for your child, and then maybe right also for some friends of your children to experience this firsthand. So before we go into the questions, I did want to take a moment and introduce our camp director, and that is Miss Tashira Parker Mays. Tashira, do you mind just coming off mute and showing her? And there she is. So
Hi,
Tashira Parker
everyone.
Mays, she is the extraordinaire who makes sure that all the details of this camp are finely tuned and is going to help me make an amazing experience for your kids. So Tashira, you want to say anything?
First things first is I'm so excited about the purpose and the vision of Career Camp, and to be able to launch this off this summer is like on the top of my to-do list. So I can't wait for your students to get this experience and be able to grow through this experience within the next year.
Awesome. Awesome. And if you are one of the folks who decides that this is right for you, you're going to hear a lot from Tashira and I starting in May. So just wanted
Yes,
to be able to put a name with a face, because she is all over this camp and we are going to make this incredible.
ditto.
Thank you so much, Tashira.
Of course.
And I see that we do have a couple questions over here in the chat. So let me address those first. Um, let's see. My young person is wanting to go to Emory. Is that a partner for your program? Why, yes, it is, Ms. Griffin. Emory is absolutely one of our partners, and that would be a great experience to actually experience the campus and talk to the people that are doing the work at the campus to make that experience even more real for your child. Dr. Davison, what is the age group of students for the program? So age is based on actually grade. So this is for current fifth grade through current 11th graders. So it's those rising sixth through 12th graders of the 26-27 school year. And we're very attentive to what age group makes the decision about which campus they're going to engage in with those career workshops because it looks a little different from a middle school perspective than it does from a high school perspective. So we also make sure to customize those experiences based on whether they're a middle school or a high school student. So that is the conclusion of the questions from the chat. And at this point, if there's anyone else who would like to ask a question, I would love for you to go ahead and come off mute and ask your question, and we would be happy to answer it for you.
So much for this very informative meeting. I'm hoping you can share what the schedule looks like for day campers.
Yes, ma'am. So let me bring it back a little bit here. And the modified version. So if you look at this schedule, this outlines what it looks like for the overnighters. For our day campers, what that would mean is parents, you would still come here to the parent workshop from 4:30 to 6:30. We would still ask you for your camper to come on Sunday night as well so that they can be part of the camper orientation because we don't want them just to show up Monday morning and be like, okay, what am I supposed to do? We want to make sure they feel comfortable and that they are part of this experience as well. So when your sessions end Sunday night, y'all would go back home. And then Monday morning, you would bring them to the campus of Oglethorpe University, that's right there in Brookhaven. You would have them there by 8 a.m. You can drop them off as early as 7, but no later than 8 because we need to get them loaded onto the buses to take them to their workshops. So they still get the 4 college campus visits with the workshops that happen. So you bring them between 7 and 8 for drop off, and then you would come and pick them up at 5 p.m. at Oglethorpe University on both Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, you would bring them again in the morning, and they would participate in the activities that are scheduled for Wednesday. And then you would come and pick them up Wednesday anytime between 11 and 12.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you share the cost, the difference between the ones that stay overnight and then the day camp?
Yes, ma'am. So our day camp cost is $500, and that is all inclusive of the workshops. That includes their lunch on Monday and Tuesday. That includes the parent workshops, and that includes the year-long access to that Find Your Grind career exploration platform. And if you are with us for overnight, that cost is $700. And that cost is inclusive of everything I just mentioned, also includes the overnight accommodations, and it includes breakfast and dinner each day.
But it does not include evening activities, correct? That's an additional cost.
Correct. Yeah, we have activities on campus for the kids, but if they do choose to do those evening excursions, the cost for the evening excursion is $125.
Per? So 125 for Monday night and 125 for Tuesday night?
That's correct. And you could just choose to do one on either one of the nights because, as I said, we'll have all kinds of activities going on the campus as well.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, we've got a few more questions that have popped up in the chat, so let me go ahead and address those, and then we can ask you to come off mute again if you need. Age group, is there a dress code uniform? There is not. We will be providing your child with a Career Camp Atlanta t-shirt that we would ask them to wear on Wednesday for our big group picture on the closing of camp. But outside of that, there is not a dress code or uniform. Another question that did come up previously, is are students allowed to have cell phones? And our answer to that is yes. You are trusting us with your child, but we also know that you probably want to keep in contact with your child. So we do allow them to have cell phones. Now it is at their own responsibility. So they are taking the risk of if something's lost, if something gets if it gets damaged while they're there, that's the risk that they're taking by bringing them. But we do allow that because there will also be some interactive activities that happen in those career workshops that they'll need their phones to be able to engage in. And also, we want them to be able to take pictures. This is a really amazing experience, especially when they see what some of these campuses really look like and what their offerings are. They're probably going to want to take pictures because there's some amazing things happening in our Atlanta campuses that they want to be proud of. How many kids do we typically have for our program? We typically have anywhere from 60 to 80 overnight campers and up to 40 day campers. That is our maximum number. That's our capacity. So as I said earlier, we're at about 65% registration right now, but we know that there's often a flood of registrants that come in here in the last minute. So those are our numbers and what we try to keep it limited to so that we can make sure that kids get the personalized attention that they want and or need, and also that we can make sure that we have a safety, a good number of adults to keep them safe. Will this recording be available for us to watch again? Yes, ma'am. So I did record this intentionally, and this will be placed on both our Facebook and our Instagram page. So you can access it at any time and review it. And I will be contacting our webmaster to have this particular info session linked to our website. And let's see, recording be available. We caught that. Future dates available for next year. We do not have the official dates finalized with Oglethorpe University because that is based on their availability for us. We do know that we are going to try to keep it in the same week every year. So that is the second week, the second full week of June. But I do not have the exact dates with them until we have confirmation of that availability for them. But usually that's around that second week of June. Somebody asked, Courtney, can you share the registration link in the chat? I went ahead and jumped that in. That's right off of our website. So our website is careercampatl.com. And at the top right, you'll see the tab that says register, and it'll take you right there and walk you through the entire process of registration. And that's all the questions I saw in the chat. Is there anyone else who wanted to come off mute? Any other questions that you may have? All right. Well, if you do have any questions after this session is over tonight, we are more than happy to answer those at any time. Feel free to call us at our phone number that's listed on the website. Our email is there, and we get back to you ASAP because we know that time is getting close. April 30th is right around the corner, and if you have any questions, we want to make sure that you feel totally comfortable.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to ask, I missed the first few minutes of the meeting. Did you guys speak about the roommate situation? Will it be two kids to a room, or is there any availability for like private room?
It is two kids to a room, with the exception of we have some rooms that are available as fours. We don't have a lot of quads available, and two of those are already spoken for by a group of 8 Girl Scouts that are all coming together. And so they are all rooming together, but outside of that, yes, the rooms are for two.
Okay. And also, I know some dorm rooms have like the bathroom that's like not inside, it's like shared bathroom. So is it a shared bathroom or is it more of like in the room bathroom?
It's in the room bathroom.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. And just so you also know too, the way that we lay the rooms out, we do keep the boys separated from the girls. So I know that sometimes that's a concern that a parent may have. Like, I want to make sure that my kid's doing the right thing while they're there. So we do keep the kids separated from the standpoint of boys and girls. All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate you taking the time of your busy schedules to learn more about our camp. Again, any questions that you have, I encourage you to jump on the website and explore it, or check out give us a call, shoot us an email. We're happy to answer any questions. And don't forget, registration closes April 30th or when we're full. So have a fantastic night, and thank you for considering Career Camp Atlanta.